checking multiple servers without doing it manually. So what exactly I mean here? In general, if you have to check something with respect to disk space, for example, you SSH into server 1 and run this command. Followed by, if you have to check for server 2, you are going to repeat the same process. This is fine for one or two servers. Imagine if you are working with, for example, 10 servers, then 20 servers, or maybe 100 servers. This is a very big problem, and in real production environments, you have to be fast. All right, you cannot SSH manually on every server and run the commands. If you are new to my channel, please like the video, comment shell scripting, and I'm going to ask some challenges. Please try to answer this in the video. All right, let me jump back to my terminal. So, if you remember, in the last episode, we wrote multiple shell scripts. This episode is going to be completely different. Let's start with, for example, I have a server. I did create 3 virtual machines. I have DigitalOcean here. So I'm going to copy this public IP of this particular machine. And let's try to run this. For example, SSH DevOps followed by the IP, and I will run df-h. Enter. I can see the disk space. This works, not an issue. Now, I would like to check for another IP. I don't need to log into the machine, but I can run like this. For example, I will copy this IP and run this command. Now I get the output. Same I can do for this particular VM. I'm going to replace this and run this. We get the output. So our job is done, right? You might be thinking like this. This will not work. Imagine if I keep on running for 10 different servers and already the production is dying, the disk is already full, hard disk. You will not know, okay, which server is full. You are doing it 50 times, 100 times. It doesn't scale, and it doesn't work like this in real production environment. This is where shell scripting matters a lot. All right, so in this episode we are going to write a very simple script once again. Here I would like to check servers dot sh. Okay, and we are going to start with a shebang. Same, I'm going to copy and paste it here, followed by, we want the list of servers that we want to connect. Okay, I will say servers equal to, I am going to give the IP address. So I'm going to copy the public IP of this machine. I can give the host name as well. For that I need to do some configurations, but yeah, in real world also you use public IP. So I'm going to follow the real production environment. I'm going to copy this IP here and the final IP. All right, I would like to connect to all these 3 servers. Now, if I run this blindly, it will not work. So somehow we have to loop this. For example, for, I would say, server in, followed by, looks like my copilot is helping me here. This is fine, but yeah, I was about to write the same thing here. Not an issue, but you should know what exactly you're doing here, right? And here I would say I'm going to close it here, followed by, I would say, do. Then we are going to print this echo checking server, right? This is very, very simple. So what exactly we are doing here? For every server in this particular variable which we pointed, it will try to check. We are using for loop here. Followed by, now we are going to end this. That's it. Okay, very simple loop. Note one very important point I would like to point out here. So now we are trying to print this. Followed by, I will say SSH DevOps at dollar server, means it will try to connect to all the IP addresses which we provided in the servers variable. All right. So here I would like to run df-h pipe grep slash dev. This is the main part of our script. We are trying to connect to each and every server, and we are running this command remotely from our host machine instead of doing it manually one by one. Okay, now I'm going to end this. Okay, this is done. Very simple script. Another important note I would like to point out here, this works because SSH is already set up using keys. I'm not explaining everything in detail because this is majorly related to shell scripting series. If you are new to my channel, please check my other videos and also my previous video where I showed how to set up SSH keys and stuff. If you have any problems, let me know in the comments. I'll try to explain it to you. We have the script ready. I'm going to modify its permissions real quick. Check servers.sh. Now let's try to run the script. Now if you see the output, it works for only one IP. Manually it was working for all the IP addresses. There is some small bug in our code. If you know the answer, please let me know in the comments what exactly is the problem. I'm going to show it to you right now. So we are using comma here. That's the reason it is failing. In general, bash arrays use space separated values here, not comma separated like JSON or Python. So I'm going to save this and run it once again. Now you see the difference. Checking for server, this particular IP, followed by checking for this server, and then it is trying to check for this server. So this is very simple script once again, but it failed with a small simple bug, comma. This actually happens in real production environments. Okay, that's the reason I wanted to show you this in this video. But yeah, overall we were able to write a very simple script which can connect to 3 servers at the moment. You can add n number of servers. N means there is no limit. For example, 1000, 10,000, there is no limit. Okay, so this looks fine, but it has one problem. Okay, let me try to update this real quick and run this script. What do you see now? It got stuck. That means the script ran one single IP, it checked for one server and it got stuck. It cannot continue with other 99 servers or 999 servers, I don't know. But yeah, it got stuck because of one simple mistake which we removed from the IP address 21. So normally, what was the IP address? 212. But here we added 21. That means your script is waiting forever. And imagine if you are trying to run this using the pipeline. Okay, assume you are using a Jenkins pipeline or a GitHub Actions pipeline. You push your code and you forget about it. it will run for hours and it is getting stuck for hours. And you might be thinking, okay, my job is done. You push out your code, you go to your home in the weekend, come back Monday morning, it's stuck. This will actually happen in real production environments. I'm telling you, this actually happens. All right. That's the reason I'm trying to focus on real problems. What should we do here? I'm going to control C here, and instead of directly doing the SSH, we are going to add a value here. For example, -o connect timeout. For example, I will like to put 3 seconds. Maybe if you want, you can put 60 seconds, maybe 90 seconds. It completely depends on the requirement. But for our use case, I would like to keep it very simple, 3 seconds. All right. Save this and let's try to run this once again. /check servers.sh. Now you will see the magic. Can you see something? Checking server connect to this host port 22 connection timed out. That means your script ran successfully. One IP address was the problem. It waited for a few seconds. It did not respond. It continued with other servers. All right. This is what we call engineering. All right. This is not copy pasting commands or writing very simple scripts. Very, very small change. It's just a very simple change. It will make a huge difference in your scripting. Now, you might have multiple questions running in your mind. What will happen if multiple server fails? Or what if output is huge? Or maybe what if network is slow? This is where scripting becomes engineering. This is what DevOps engineers actually do. We are going to automate repetitive works, and also it's not only about writing scripts. As you saw, we are trying to handle failures in this simple script as well. This is what makes systems reliable, and it will save hundreds of hours in real production environments. All right, that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to talk about production goes down because disk is full. If you want to try this yourself, please look at the GitHub repo. I'll paste it in the comments in the description. Also, give it a like on this video, comment on this video, and let me know your experience. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.